Have you ever gone through moments when everything felt meaningless? When difficulties arise, and we can't understand what God is doing? The truth is, the Bible is full of stories of men and women who trusted God even when they couldn't see the outcome. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Throughout this video, we will explore how we can strengthen our faith and learn to trust God, even in the most uncertain times. We'll dive into inspiring stories that show that when we obey and believe, God works in ways we never imagined. So, if you've ever wondered how to trust God more, stay with us until the end. And before we start, leave a like to help us reach more people with the Word, subscribe to the channel, and if this content touches your heart, consider making a voluntary contribution through the QR code on the screen. This helps us continue to bring messages of faith and hope. Chapter 1. When the Path Makes No Sense. Lessons from Abraham and Isaac. We begin with one of the most striking stories in the Bible, Abraham and Isaac. God asked something difficult, for Abraham to sacrifice his own son, Isaac. Imagine the weight of that request. Isaac was God's promise to Abraham, the living proof that God fulfilled his promises. Even so, Abraham obeyed without question. He trusted that, somehow, God would provide. On the way to the sacrifice, Abraham declared something powerful. God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offering. Genesis 22 verse 8. And at the crucial moment, God did provide a lamb, saving Isaac. This story teaches us that, often, we won't understand God's plans, but our obedience is a step of faith. When we take that step, even in uncertainty, God reveals His provision. How to apply this lesson to your life? When facing a difficult decision, pray for God's guidance. Take the first step even if it feels risky. Trust that God is ahead. Remember, true faith shows through action even without all the answers. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like the video, share it with friends, and if you feel led, make a contribution through the QR code on the screen to support our channel. Together, we can reach more lives with the Word of God. Chapter 2. The Silence of God. What to do while we wait. Many times in the Christian life, we experience moments of God's silence. It feels like He's not hearing or answering our prayers. Waiting becomes one of the most challenging experiences for faith. However, the Bible teaches that God's silence doesn't mean His absence. Look at Job's story, who faced the greatest suffering without understanding why. For many days, he heard no response from God, but this did not weaken his trust in the Lord. Job said, "Though He slay me, yet I will hope in Him." Job 13 verse 15. Another powerful example is Hannah, who fervently prayed for a child. For many years, she had no answer. Even so, she continued to trust God. When the answer came, it was a miracle. God used the silent period to shape Hannah's character and faith. God's silence is an opportunity to strengthen our trust and patience. While we wait, God works within us, preparing us for what is to come. How to apply this lesson to your life? When you feel God is silent, remember He is working behind the scenes. Trust His perfect timing and keep seeking His presence. Waiting is not in vain. It brings spiritual maturity and strengthens faith. Chapter 3. Courage in the face of danger. Daniel in the lion's den. Daniel was a man of unshakable faith. When King Darius forbade prayer to any other god, Daniel didn't hesitate to continue his practice of praying 3 times a day, trusting that God would protect him. As a result, he was thrown into the lion's den. Despite the imminent danger, Daniel remained calm, and God delivered him by shutting the lions' mouths. This act of courage and faith teaches us that even in the riskiest moments, our trust in God must remain firm. How to apply this lesson to your life? Don't be afraid to take a bold stand for your faith, even if it puts you at risk. God has the power to deliver us from any dangerous situation. Daniel's courage is an example of how trusting God can turn impossible situations into miracles. Chapter 4. The sea doesn't part before the first step, Moses and the Red Sea. When the people of Israel were trapped by Pharaoh's army, God instructed Moses to lead them to the Red Sea. The people panicked, but God told Moses to move forward. The water didn't part until Moses took the first step. This story teaches that, in our faith journey, God often waits for us to take the first step before revealing the solution. When we obey and take the step of faith, God acts powerfully. How to apply this lesson to your life? When facing a problem without a solution, take the first step in the right direction, even without seeing the end. Trust that God will open the way as you move forward in faith. Action can be the catalyst for divine intervention in your life. Chapter 5. Small acts of faith bring great miracles, the miraculous catch of fish. After a fruitless night of fishing, Jesus' disciples were tired. Jesus asked them to cast their nets again. They obeyed, and to their surprise, the nets filled with fish. This miracle teaches that even when we feel discouraged, obedience to God and small acts of faith can bring great results. How to apply this lesson to your life? When it seems your actions are in vain, continue to trust and obey God. A small gesture of faith can yield results beyond imagination. God turns our obedience into something extraordinary. Chapter 6. Don't give up in the storm, Peter walking on water. Peter walked on water when called by Jesus. However, when he began to doubt and focused on the waves, he started to sink. Jesus reached out and saved him, saying, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" Matthew 14:31. This story reminds us that during life storms, our focus must remain on Jesus, not the surrounding problems. How to apply this lesson to your life? Don't focus on the problems around you. Keep your eyes on Jesus. Even if you feel like you're sinking, remember Jesus is ready to save you. Firm faith in Jesus is the key to overcoming any storm. If this video touched your heart, like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it with friends. To support our work and continue bringing messages of faith, use the QR code on the screen to contribute. Your support is essential for keeping this project alive and reaching more lives with the Word of God.